I have an update for you on Ethiopia Somalia talks about sea access. What is happening? The two announced a few months ago that by the end of March or April 2025, they'll conclude an agreement about access to sea, about other issues. Why is that? No agreement so far. I have received some information I'll share with you. Second story is about kidnapping in the Oromia region, where not just North Shore but other parts of Oromia have also been hit by the gangs operating there. Before these two news stories, two quick updates for you. One is an announcement. Second one is an update. Announcement is about live chat after around an hour. I'll be back with this week's second live chat. Looking forward to seeing you. Second update is about Pakistan India war. The two countries have agreed to a ceasefire. Donald Trump, American president, broke this news a few hours ago. He remained in touch with the two country leaders last night, and he has announced that the two countries have agreed on immediate and full ceasefire. I said that on day one, I don't cover Pakistani issues. I don't cover India-Pakistan issues. I have covered so many wars that I saw the very first day that this escalation wasn't going to last long. I said that the escalation was limited, controlled. Soon it will stop. This is what happened. It was based on the situation on the ground. Wars don't start the way Pakistan-India escalation started. This is what happened. The two sides inflicted losses on each other, and now people will pay the price. Militaries will buy more weapons. They'll try to have capabilities which the other side cannot challenge. So you'll see an arms race in the region. Wars never bring peace. Rather, if agendas, if issues remain unfinished, wars lead to more wars. Issues should be solved. Pakistan, India could not solve their issues. That is why you'll see such escalations in future too, if the two countries fail to solve outstanding issues. Back to this video here. So, two news stories. Firstly, Oromia, where kidnapping is rampant across Oromia. Incidents happening now. Kidnapping for ransom is turning into a business in Oromia, and Shimalis Abdisa's government is nowhere to be seen. Africa's most professional military, led by Jula, cannot control the criminal networks operating in Oromia. Oromia region has the largest regional force, which is unable to stop kidnapping for ransom in the Oromia region. North Shore is the center of these incidents, but not just North Shore. Now, incidents of kidnapping for ransom are happening across Oromia. In East Borana, Gomi, Eldalo, Voreda, government workers have been kidnapped. 13 government workers and 5 civilians have been kidnapped. They were on their way from Negale Burana to Gomi Eldalo in a vehicle when kidnappers intercepted the vehicle and the kidnappers kidnapped them. 13 government officials, 5 civilians. Now, what will happen? These kidnappers will demand ransom. Security forces won't take action. Either they are incapable or they are complicit. Family members of the abductees will raise money. They'll borrow money. Somehow they'll sell their belongings, their properties, but they'll raise money. They'll pay the money to these kidnappers, and sometimes the money is paid through bank accounts. These criminal networks are operating so fearlessly that they are operating bank accounts. No one there to stop them. Why? Because generally, those people are kidnapped who are not high profile. If you kidnap Imabi's family or Shimalis Abdisa's brothers, entire state machinery will be activated. These kidnappers generally target the middle class people who don't have contacts in Addis Ababa, in Oromia regional president office. So people then have to pay money. Ransom is paid. This is how people are released. Kidnapping for ransom, turning into challenge. It's a blemish on the character of Oromia regional president, Oromia government. Lastly, what is happening between Ethiopia and Somalia? Turkey is mediating. The two announced last year that they'll start technical level talks next year, and within 3 months they'll conclude an agreement about sea access, because one of the main issues is sea access. Ethiopia wants sea access. That is why it signed MOU with Somaliland. That MOU could not be implemented. Somalia opposed it. Turkey jumped in and it offered to mediate. The two countries, Ethiopia and Somalia, sent delegations to Turkey. Delegations held talks. They signed preliminary agreement. Ankara Declaration was signed last year, and they announced to start technical level talks in 2025 and conclude an agreement on this issue. Within 3 months, I think they mentioned. Technical level talks began. One round has been held so far, reportedly. Why is that the two countries could not reach any agreement? What is the reason? No second round of technical talks has been held so far. Is Ethiopia showing less interest in finalizing an agreement with Somalia? Is Somalia making offers to Ethiopia which are not very attractive? So what is happening behind the scenes? I got some information. What I've learned is that Somalia has made offers to Ethiopia. Whatever it could have said, it shared with Ethiopia. It offered Hobyo port to Ethiopia. Not a very attractive offer, keeping in view that the route from Ethiopia to Hobyo port is very dangerous, and the area has the presence of armed groups. Ethiopia would like to have a naval base too to protect its investment in Hobyo. It would like to secure full control of the route from Ethiopian territory to Hobyo, not acceptable to Somalia. The Somalia's offer of Hobyo, not very attractive for Ethiopia. Then government of Somalia offered Mogadishu port, parts of Mogadishu port, because a new port is being built in Mogadishu. So Ethiopia was Somalia gave Somalia said that Ethiopia can use the old Mogadishu port. Again, this offer not acceptable, keeping in view the distance, keeping in view that Mogadishu has so much presence of international players. So it won't be full sea access for Ethiopia. But Ethiopia has not declined these two offers. Both are under consideration. Ethiopia is delaying its response. Why? Either the two offers made by Somalia are not acceptable. Ethiopia does not want to say no at this point of time. It wants to wait. It wants to propose some changes to the offer made by Somalia. Or Ethiopia wants agreement with Somalia a little later this year. Why? Because you know that GERD has been almost completed, almost. Its inauguration is being delayed. Why? Because Ethiopian government wants to inaugurate GERD near election, so that this GERD completion could be used as a political tool to start a political campaign, electoral campaign. If Ethiopia signs an agreement with Somalia about sea access close to the election, again this point will be used by the Prosperity Party during election campaign. Either Ethiopia is delaying the uh, reaching of agreement with Somalia because it wants the agreement to be signed close to election, or Ethiopia has serious reservations against the offers made by Somalia. So far, what I have learned is that the offers made by Somalia to Ethiopia are not acceptable. The Abiy's government does not want to say no. It might propose some changes. Will changes be acceptable to Somalia? That remains to be seen. Djibouti offered the Johor port to Ethiopia. Ethiopia did not respond. Djibouti gave the port to Saudi Arabia for maintenance, for development. If Ethiopia does not show interest in using Mogadishu port or Hobyo port, would Somalia give these ports to Middle Eastern country? Ethiopia running out of options. It will have to make a decision. Or is it solely focused on a support? Thanks for watching.